Yo guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we are going to be discussing the ending of Spider-Man Miles Morales, specifically the post-credit scene of that game and what this means for the future installments of the franchise and specifically for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But with that being said, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button to not miss any more content like this on the channel. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So the post-credit scene of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales saw three characters enter the scene, one being Norman Osborn, another being Dr. Curtis Connors, and another being Harry Osborn. This scene is actually from Harry's perspective, and he is currently in the incubator trying to be cured of the illness that he has got in the PS4 universe, and from what it looks like, he has some form or version of this universe's symbiote, which by the looks of things looks like it's going to come from Oscorp and this incubator and experiment that Oscorp were performing on an ill Harry Osborn. Now, before we talk about the future of this franchise and Marvel's Spider-Man 2, we actually need to reflect and look back at the past two games and what they have in common to move forward with my argument in today's video. So judging by the trend of the two Spider-Man games that have already been released by Insomniac, the stories and the way that they are structured are very similar. Whilst both being very vastly different, with the original taking on a more wider scale story and Miles Morales just focusing on Harlem, they both still hit most of the same story beats and character relations and traits. For example, in the original game, we had our four factions to battle with around the city. We had the Thugs, the Demons, Sable, and the escaped convicts. In this game, we have four factions again. We still have the Thugs and the Convicts, but with Roxxon replacing Sable and the Underground replacing the Demons. We also have the notion of two villains. In PS4, we have someone who Peter works alongside and admires in Doc Ock, and we've got the family friend in Martin Lee. In Miles Morales, we have the Prowler, who ends up working alongside Miles and is someone that Miles admires, and Finn, aka the Tinkerer, who is a close family friend. There are so many other similarities in the way the two games are structured, going right down to the little side quests. For example, the hologram missions replace the Taskmaster missions, the time capsules replace the backpacks, etc. Now, what was the point of me comparing the similarities between this game and the first? Well, when it comes to Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the evidence suggests that the same structure will most likely be imitated in that game as well. And after that post-credit scene, the villain structure is the one I would like to focus on in this video. Judging by what I said about the main villain structure of the last two games, there are likely to be two main villains in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for Peter and Miles to take on. And after that post-credit scene in Miles Morales, there are a total of three people who could be a villain. The two most obvious ones are, and the ones that probably everyone thinks about, are Green Goblin because of Norman Osborn and Venom. However, I don't think this will be the case. Spider-Man's big three villains from the comics were Venom, Doc Ock, and the Green Goblin, and as cool as I think it would be to have Green Goblin and Venom be the two villains of the next game, I don't think that they're going to waste two of the big three villains in Venom and Green Goblin for the same game. If anything, it would make more sense if one of them was saved for a third game, and then it would be a trilogy of the big three Spider-Man villains. Plus, from the look of things, Insomniac like using lower tier Spider-Man villains like Mr. Negative and the Tinkerer as well, so I wouldn't put it past them to use a lower tier villain and build them up, just like they did with these two villains in the next game. Now, while the next villain suggestion isn't a low tier villain, it certainly isn't a big three villain either. I personally think, now get ready for this, that Harry Osborn will become Venom as the main antagonist of the second game, alongside Dr. Curtis Connors as the Lizard. You see, Curt Connors also showed up in this post-credit scene, and if you're a massive fan of storytelling and film, you will know that there is a saying that if you show a gun at the start of the story, you have to use it by the end of the story. Basically, what I'm insinuating here is that they've showed Dr. Curtis Connors, so at some point, he is most likely going to become the Lizard, unless they have more plans for him and his character going forward in the future. And these two villains would check out when it comes to the common trend of the way that these games are structured as well. Dr. Connors serves as someone Peter or Miles could see as a mentor, and Harry Osborn as Venom would serve as that close family friend to Peter Parker, checking all of the boxes when it comes to the patterns that have been created by these games in terms of their villains. The post-credit scene tells us two things are for definite, however, that at some point we're at least going to see Lizard, Green Goblin, and Venom, but it's just a matter of when, not really a matter of if. And following the structure that PS4 and Miles Morales set out for us, I think we can determine just who. I'm going to put my money on Lizard and Venom being the next two villains for the sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below and tell me, what do you think? Who do you think will be the main villains of the sequel game? And if you think any different, then why? Just let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button to not miss any more content on the channel. As soon as it is released, you can be one of the first ones to watch the videos. And also, if you have not already, then make sure to go in the description below and click the link to the Discord server and join us in having lots of fun conversations about Spider-Man and your favorite things about the character. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video once again. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.